What's going on, T-Shirt Millionaires? I'm Charles Smith, the host of the T-Shirt Millionaires live show. And today I want to talk about why I use Klaviyo as my email autoresponder to boost T-shirt sales online. I just want to have a quick talk about this because I think that it's something that is valuable that T-shirt brand owners, especially at the beginning stages, if you can learn to implement just some small tips and tricks, right? You can grow your sales. And I really just want to get into the psychology of it and why you should use email to boost your sales. And so with that being said, email, right? I always talk about a few different ways to be able to grow your t-shirt brand online, right? I always talk about number one, it's about getting new customers. Number two is about getting your customers to buy more from you, and then getting your customers to buy more frequently, right? Those are three easy levers that we can always pull to be able to boost our sales. Now, email marketing plays into all three of those different categories, right? So with that being said, number one, if we're trying to get new customers, there's something that is called abandoned cart. All right. And basically with abandoned cart, what you're going to find is people are going to come to your website. They're going to look around. They might see something that they like. They might add it to cart. They might even get all the way to the checkout to where they start filling out all the information, their name, their email address, their phone number, their address. Then after that, they just leave, right? They ended up leaving, right? They leave the website. Now, what we have to understand is when someone visits your store, right, to look at your t-shirts, there's a stat out there that says only 3% of the people who come to your store for the first time will buy from you. All right. So with that being said, if 100 people come to your store, 3 people will buy, 97 people will leave. Now, does it mean that 97 people, they're not interested in your t-shirts? It doesn't necessarily mean that all of them are not interested. There's a lot of reasons why people might leave your website and might not buy and make the purchase for the very first time. So with that being said, their battery could have died, right? With that being said, they could have been at work and the boss walked by and they threw their phone. They could have been driving in the car. The baby could have started crying. All these different reasons that people end up leaving and not finishing. And what you have to understand is, I want you to think about something. Do you remember what you saw on social media last night? Can you think back 24 hours from right now and think about the ads that you saw, all the websites that you went to? Do you remember those things? I bet you don't. There might be a couple, but there's a lot of data that you paid attention to yesterday that you forgot about it. And we have to put our shoppers and our customers in that same category of, if they left, they probably forgot. So what do we have to do? We have to follow up with them, get back in front of them, remind them to finish the transaction. So that's one way that we can use email marketing as our email autoresponder and using Klaviyo. And sorry, I'm getting my words all jumbled up. That's one way we can use email marketing to get back in front of our customers and bring them back, right? And I'm going to show y'all some stats in a little bit, but to bring them back and get them to finish the transaction. All right. Now, the next thing is, I always talk about selling more to our current customers. All right. If we have a customer that comes through the door, right, and they buy from us today, we need to always be thinking about, okay, they purchased from us, but yeah, they spent 20, they spent 30, they spent $50, whatever it is. But how can I get them to make another $20, $30, $40, $50 transaction again? How can I take that customer who I've already provided them a great experience and get them to come back again? And here's the trick too, right? I talked about, providing a great experience, but there are situations to where you don't even have to deliver the order yet after they ended up purchasing, right? You don't even have to get to the place where their order is shipped, and you can get them to come right back with email marketing, right, to purchase the day after, right? And if we have these systems in place, then we can be able to bring those customers back and increase that lifetime value. that's another term that, let me just explain really quick. Lifetime value basically means if we look at how much our customers spend with us over a specific period of time, right? What is that dollar amount? If they spend with us today and it's like 20 bucks, if I look out 3 to 6 months from now, can I take that 20 bucks or that 30 bucks and get them to spend maybe about 100? That's lifetime value, right? And so what we want to do is we want to have campaigns. We want to have flows. Like I said, I use Klaviyo. And so I'm going to show y'all in just a second, but Klaviyo has automated flows, like flows already set up. Now, there are ways to be able to tweak these flows, to tweak the wording, to improve them, to add different flows, right? But Klaviyo already has some pre-built flows that you can just easily turn on and your store will get running. Let me give y'all a clean example, all right? I have a client, right? He does large numbers, right? He's done large numbers organically, right? For the past couple of years, right? Does great numbers. And he didn't have any of the email marketing, text message marketing, ads, none of that. None of that was implemented. All I did is implemented some of these systems, turned them on, and because he already has a great flow of traffic and he's already converting, he ended up making a great amount of money. I'm not gonna put his numbers out, but he ended up making a great amount of money just by turning this stuff on, just by having follow-up sequences and getting back in front of his customers. All right. And so I think that it's extremely important to at least have it there. And then once it's there, you can build upon the system. All right. You can build upon the system. You can improve it. You can tweak it. But just install it and turn it on is basically what I'm saying. All right. So I want to do something real quick. I want to come over and I'm going to show my screen, right? And although I'm not as active as I am at the moment, I want to show you my last 365 days of results just to give you an idea of how the email marketing works. All right. So I'm going to come over. I'm going to share my screen. All right. And we're going to take a quick look at this. All right. So what I want you to look at is this is February 8th through February 7th of this year, right? So February 8th, 2020, February 7th of 2021. If we look at this, you'll notice that there is revenue of $789,438. All right. But then what I want you to pay attention to and what we're really harping on right now is this number right here. All right. So 113,000 of this 789 was generated from email. Now, if you look at this right here, it basically says that it's 14%. All right. So 14% of revenue was generated from email. Now, let me go ahead and stop real quick. There's a stat out there that talks about your email marketing should be about 20%, right? I've heard gurus and different people who are experts really in email marketing that say you should have at least 20% of your revenue come from email, right? So with me being at 14%, you know, I'm not at that 20% level. So there's still more work that I could have done in that past year. But at the same time, it's still up there to where it provided 6 figures of just sending out emails. All right. So let me go back and take a look at this. Now, what you'll find is within Klaviyo, it gives you this dashboard. All right. And within this dashboard, it tells you what amount of your revenue came from flows. So remember what I said, flows are basically like automated campaigns that are sent out. You have abandoned cart, you have you have buyer pre-delivery, you have browse abandonment. These are flows that automatically fire off, right? When someone comes to your store and interacts in a certain way. Then we have campaigns. Now, campaigns are basically, say for instance, I have a t-shirt that I want to drop. I go ahead and I'm like, boom, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to drop this campaign, send it out to my list, send it out to my customers, send it out to my leads. And basically from there, right, they can get that email and then they can come back to the store and shop. That's what we call a campaign. They're like one-off campaigns. So if we look at this, 57,000 came from campaigns. Now, if we come over here and take a look at this, what I want you to pay attention to, and as we start looking at some of these flows, you're going to notice that this is the amount I made per recipient. So basically, for everybody who has received the email, if you take the dollar amount that was made in email, divide it, right, by the amount of people who received those emails, basically I'm getting 17 cents per email, right, with this number here. Now, I want to come down and look at these flows. Basically, I have 3 flows that were easily set up, right? These were the ones that were running and doing most of the sales. And so I have a sequence where it's almost like a welcome sequence. This one generated $29,000 every time that this email sent out. All right. And this is what I want you to pay attention to. Every time this email sent out, I made $2.52. All right. So that is an automated system that is sitting on the back end that is running on autopilot. And every time it was sent out, it generated $2.52. That's work that you put in the work, you build the system, you let the system work on your behalf. That's when the income starts becoming passive because you built systems. So everybody watching this, I want you to realize and pay attention and say, look, what systems, what email flows, what email mechanisms can I put in place today that will work for me on the back end? So whenever it gets sent out, I can make 50 cents, I can make $1, I can make $2, I can make $5, right? It ranges from person to person and brand to brand, but it's a system that is put in place. After that, basically, we have abandoned cart. All right. Basically, what I talked about before is abandoned cart. When somebody comes to your website, they enter in their email address, they leave. What we want to do is get back in front of that person. So what do? We send abandoned cart emails. Abandoned cart was 21,000 of revenue. Every time an abandoned cart email was sent out, I made $1.42 every time one of those emails was sent out. Then I had another campaign that generated about $4,500. 28 cents was made every time that went out. Okay. Now, these are what I call flows. Like I said, this is a flow that you turn on, you set it, you forget it. You might go back and tweak it, but it works on the background. Then we have something that we call campaigns. All right. So when we come down and we look at campaigns, these are just some of the campaigns. So, I had Cyber Monday. I had different stuff that I sold, different products that I sold, right? And as a result of those emails going out during certain times, there was revenue that was made, right? So remember what I talked about. I might have a situation to where I want to drop a new t-shirt. I might have a situation to where I want to provide a discount. I might have a situation to where, I'm just highlighting some of my customers and showing, social proof and, user generated content, people wearing my t-shirts. I send that out and that can generate sales, right? But I want y'all, if you don't have one, right, I want you to get an email autoresponder to put in your store so you can start implementing some of those systems. Now, I showed you before and I showed you on my screen, I like Klaviyo. When it comes to email autoresponders and when it comes to working with e-commerce, Klaviyo does a great job, right? The functionality is great. Basically, you can turn on these flows. Like I said, they're already pre-built. You can create different lists and segments and things to be able to segment your audience. So say, for instance, you have a group of customers that have bought $100 or more from you. You can create a list, right, of people who have spent $100 or more over a period of time. And that could be a high value list to where you only send that list certain type of specials because they're the ones who spend a lot. You might have another audience of people who possibly came to your store, they added to cart, they checked out, but they never finished purchasing, right? And they might have had $50 or more in their cart, but they never purchased. And you can send those people different types of campaigns and different types of specials and deals to get them to transact with you, right? But when it comes to email autoresponder, there's people who use different platforms, but I'm here to say that I love Klaviyo. Klaviyo is definitely hands down one of the best email autoresponders. And if you have Shopify, there's no reason why you shouldn't have Klaviyo. So what I want you to do, if you're interested in using Klaviyo, when I posted this video, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Facebook, in the comments, there's going to be a link to where you can easily sign up with Klaviyo. This is an affiliate link, right? I'm here. I'm talking about Klaviyo. I'm giving you information about it. And if you find it valuable and you're saying, hey, I don't have email right now, or maybe I'm not using Klaviyo, I'm using something that may not be working as well. Charles says that it's good. Feel free to go in the comments, click the link, sign up for Klaviyo. It is an affiliate link. I'm always going to tell you that. But like I said, I'm trying to present a tool that will allow you to be able to grow your business, have some systems in place, follow up with your customers, right? And really can benefit you on the back end. And so that's why I wanted to talk about this email marketing today and how it has benefited me and how you can use it as a tool in your toolbox. So y'all, I'm going to go ahead and finish this out. Get your emails together, right? You don't got to be super fancy. I'm not a huge email guy, to be honest, right? When I look at, coming in and writing emails and different stuff, I really don't like it. I prefer not to, but I do know the power of it. And like I said, when it comes to setting it and forgetting it and turning on those flows, hands down, it's just working on the background for you 24/7. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much for watching the show. I'm going to be coming back a little bit later on. We're going to do an unboxing, but I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of free game today. If you're interested in Klaviyo, click the link below, sign up, install it on your Shopify store, and get it working. Remember what I always say, if you can see it in your mind's eye, one day you'll be able to see it with your real eyes. Peace until the next one. We'll talk soon, man. Y'all be cool.